Welcome back to Old Charles. It's in your pocket change, it's in the take a penny, leave a penny dish, it's under the sofa cushions, it's the humble 1 penny coin. We see them every day, and most of us don't give them a second thought. But what if I told you that a specific one of these little copper-plated discs could be worth not 1 penny, but hundreds, or even thousands of pounds? This is the 2017 1 penny coin. A coin minted in the hundreds of millions. So, the burning question we're answering today is your 2017 penny a worthless piece of pocket lint, or a hidden treasure? Stick around, because the answer is more fascinating than you think. Before we dive into the value, let's get to know our subject. The 1 penny coin has been around for centuries, but the version we have today, this 2017 issue, is part of the post-1992 series. Here are the basics. Composition ***, it's not solid copper. It's made of copper-plated steel. That's why a magnet will stick to it. Weight ***, 3.56 grams, diameter ***, 20.3 millimeters. Design ***, the reverse, or tails side, features the famous portcullis with chains, designed by Christopher Ironside. And the obverse, or heads side, well, this is a key point for 2017. In 2017, there were two official portraits in use. The first, and most common, is the fourth portrait by Ian Rank Broadley. This is the classic portrait we'd known since 1998. But in 2015, a new portrait was introduced, the fifth portrait by Jody Clark. Let's tackle the most straightforward value, its intrinsic worth. As we said, it's copper-plated steel. The actual metallic value of this coin is minuscule. It's significantly less than 1 penny. In fact, if it weren't for its status as legal tender, the raw materials themselves wouldn't be worth the effort to smelt. So, in terms of the metal it's made from, your 2017 penny is actually a loss for the Royal Mint to produce. Its value is purely symbolic and nominal. It's worth 1p because the government says it is. So, if the metal is worthless, where could the massive value come from? The answer, as always, lies in errors and rarity. Coins are made in their millions by giant, complex machines. And sometimes, those machines have a bad day. When they do, they can create accidental rarities that collectors go crazy for. For the 2017 penny, here are the holy grails you need to be looking for. This happens when the coin blank isn't struck perfectly in the middle by the dies. You'll see a flat, blank band on one side, and the design squashed onto the other. The more severe the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. A slightly off-center 2017 penny might be worth a few pounds. A dramatically off-center one could fetch 50 pounds, 100 pounds, or more. This is a cool one. A coin is struck within a retaining collar that gives it its ridged edge, the milling. If that collar is missing or broken, the metal flows outwards like a pancake, creating a larger, flatter coin with a blurred edge. These are very desirable. The dies that stamp the design onto the blank metal can crack over time. These cracks then transfer as raised lines onto every coin they strike. A small, minor die crack might not add much value. But a major, cud, break, where a chunk of the die breaks off completely, creates a prominent, blob-like raised area on the coin. This is a major error and can be worth hundreds of pounds. This is the king of errors. A breakage happens when a freshly struck coin sticks to the die and then imprints itself onto the next blank that comes along. The result is a coin with a mirror image, ghostly design on one side. These are incredibly rare and visually stunning. Finding a 2017 penny with a clear breakage would be like winning the lottery in the coin world. For modern UK coins, the most famous example is the undated 20p from 2008. For the 2017 penny, while no major, confirmed mules are widely known, this is where the two different portraits come into play. Could there be a 2017 penny with a mix-up between the fourth and fifth portrait dies and another coin's reverse? It's unlikely, but not impossible. The hunt is always on. Another thing to check is the mint mark. Since 2015, the Royal Mint has included a tiny metal mark on the obverse side to celebrate its move to Llantrisant, Wales. This is a P for plume, the symbol of the Prince of Wales, representing the Llantrisant Mint. Some coins might lack this, indicating they were struck on older dies or for specific purposes. While not a huge value adder for a common date like 2017, it's a fascinating detail for completists. Alright, let's get down to brass tacks. You've searched your coin jar and found a 2017 penny. What is it worth? The standard coin, ***, you have a 2017 penny with either the IRB or JC portrait. It's in circulation, it's a bit scuffed, it has no obvious errors. Value, 1 penny, I'm sorry, but it's true. In this condition, it's worth its face value. There are simply too many of them. The brilliant uncirculated, BU, coin, ***, you have a 2017 penny that is shiny, fresh from a mint roll, with no bag marks or scratches. A collector might pay 50p to £2 for a BU coin to fill a date gap in an album, but that's about it. The error coin, ***, this is where the money is. A clear, noticeable off-center strike. Could be 10 to 50 pounds. A dramatic broad strike. 50 to 150 pounds. A coin with a major die crack or cud. 100 pounds plus. A confirmed brockage. You could be looking at 500 pounds or more, depending on the quality and boldness of the error. The key is condition and clarity. A minor, barely there imperfection won't cut it. The error has to be obvious and interesting. So, the 2017 1-penny coin is a perfect example of the philosophy of coin collecting. It's not necessarily the date that makes a coin valuable, but its story. A perfectly minted 2017 penny is, frankly, common as muck. But a 2017 penny that survived a glitch in the matrix, a mistake in a factory that pumps out perfection, that coin has a story. That coin is rare. It's the most basic unit of our currency. A symbol of something small and insignificant. But this humble coin holds up a modern 1p, has a history that stretches back over 13 centuries. It has been silver, it has been gold, it has been a powerful tool of kings and a window into the lives of common people. Today, we're going on a journey through time, tracing the epic story of the British penny. From its birth in the fires of a fallen empire to its role in the digital age, this is a history you literally hold in your hand. The name ***, the word penny itself is thought to derive from the Old English penning, and its abbreviation, D, comes from the Roman denarius. The design ***, these coins featured the king's name and title on one side, a powerful statement of royal authority across the realm. The standard *** office penny established a critical standard. 2 40 pennies were minted from 1 pound weight of silver. This is the origin of our pound.s.d, pounds, shillings, pence, system. 1 pound of silver equals 240 pennies. After Offa, kings like Alfred the Great and Edgar the Peaceful continued to mint pennies, making them the cornerstone of the English economy. They were valuable. A single penny could buy a sheep, and most people would never even see one. A skilled moneyer would place a silver blank between 2 engraved dies and strike it with a hammer. This was a slow, manual process, and the results were often irregular. This period is a treasure trove for collectors because the designs evolved constantly. To combat clipping, where people shaved silver from the edges, a short cross penny was introduced. It was later replaced by the long cross penny, where the cross on the reverse extended to the edge, making any clipping immediately obvious. This era saw the introduction of larger denominations like the groat, 4 pence, but the penny remained vital. The design became more standardized, featuring a crowned-facing portrait of the king. Kings often faced a temptation, debasement. By reducing the silver content in the coins, they could make more of them from the same amount of bullion, funding wars and treasuries. Henry VIII, the old copper nose, was notoriously bad for this. His pennies had so little silver that the copper showed through on his nose on the portrait. By the time of the Civil War, the hammered penny was in a sorry state, often worn and clipped almost beyond recognition. This machine used a screw mechanism to apply immense, even pressure, creating coins that were perfectly round, uniformly thick, and had milled, ridged, edges. This made clipping practically impossible and forgery much harder. 1. The end of silver ** in 1797, due to the financial pressures of the Napoleonic Wars, the penny ceased to be silver. The famous cartwheel pennies were issued, huge, heavy coins made of pure copper, worth their weight in metal. 2. The portrait revolution ** for the first time, the coins featured a true, lifelike portrait of the monarch, beginning with the beautiful, bun-head portrait of Queen Victoria in 1837. The penny was now a symbol of a modern, industrial empire. In 1860, the penny entered its most familiar form, the Bronze Age. The giant cartwheels were replaced with smaller, lighter coins made of bronze, 95% copper, 4% tin, 1% zinc. This design continued through the reigns of Edward VII, George V, George VI, and into that of Elizabeth II. For over 100 years, the bronze penny was a constant. There were 12 pence in a shilling and 240 pence in a pound. This was the world of LSD, a system that would stand until the coin's greatest upheaval. And today, the penny's very existence is debated. With its metal value less than its face value and the rise of cashless payments, some question whether it has a future. But its past is undeniable. From the silver coin of King Offa to the copper-plated steel disc of today, the penny is more than money. It is a living artifact. It has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the Industrial Revolution, and the digital age. Every time you find one in your change, you're holding a piece of that history, a story 1,300 years in the making. It's a story of kings and economics, of technology and industry, all contained in the palm of your hand. Alright, coin hunters. Pop quiz. I have 2 coins here. Both are the exact same coin, a 2017 UK 1 penny. But one of them might be worth 50 pence to a collector, and the other is literally worth 1 penny. So, what's the difference? It's not the date. It's not the design. It's condition. Understanding condition is the single most important skill you can learn in coin collecting. It's the difference between finding treasure and finding pocket change. Today, we're breaking down the official grading scales and, more importantly, showing you what to look for with your own eyes. This one is very fine, VF. Points to a coin, it's been in circulation. The overall detail is good, but look at the highest points, the crown, the hair above the forehead. They've lost their sharpness and are flattened. No luster remains. This one is extremely fine, EF. Holds up a shinier coin. This is a great find. It spent very little time in pockets. The details are sharp, and you can see a bit of that original flash or shine in the fields. But under this macro camera, we can see the tiniest bit of this is uncirculated, MS. Holds up a brilliant, shiny coin. Look at that. It's full of luster. The fields are like mirrors. There are no tiny scratches from jingling in pockets. Every detail is razor sharp. This coin we home. That 2017 penny in your pocket, if it's worn and dull, it's face value. If it's sharp and still has some shine, it might be EF and worth a small premium to a collector. And if it's absolutely flawless and brilliant, a true uncirculated example, it could be worth £1 to £2 or more. Condition is everything. It teaches you to look closer, to appreciate the art of the mint, and to understand why 2 coins that look the same to everyone else can be worlds apart to a collector. It's the most overlooked coin in your pocket. The one you might not even bother to pick up. But this, holds up a modern 1p coin to the camera, is the survivor of a story that spans over 13 centuries. It has been silver, it has been gold, it has been a symbol of royal power, a tool of empire, and a subject of debate. This was a slow, manual process. A moneyer would place a silver blank between 2 engraved dies and strike it with a hammer. The results were often irregular and unique. This period is a numismatic wonderland, with designs changing frequently. Kings often faced a temptation, debasement. By reducing the silver content, they could make more coins from the same amount of bullion, funding wars and lavish courts. Henry VIII, infamously known as Old Copper Nose, debased the coinage so severely that the silver coating wore off the high points of the nose on his portrait, showing the copper beneath. But the biggest change was yet to come. The wars with France drained the treasury, and in 1797, the government made a radical decision. The penny was no longer silver. Enter the cartwheel penny. These were huge, heavy 2-ounce coins made of pure copper. They were worth their weight in metal and marked the penny's transition from a silver currency to a base metal one for everyday use. For over 100 years,